Hello, Facebook tribe. We be vibing. We vibing. This is once again Orange TV. No, wait. This is Orange Naranja. Orange Naranja on Orange TV. And I'm happy to announce that I want to spread out my message. So I'm going over other types of social media. I was never a social media person, but now that I see that my message and helping others and speaking with others has a greater impact than I originally thought, I was like thinking, why not? Why not make a YouTube channel? Why not make an Instagram? Why not make uh, other social media platforms, accounts in other social media platforms, so I can speak and I can reach out to other people, and we can talk about that. So right now I only have a few videos up on my YouTube channel, so it's called Orange TV. You would have guessed it. And today's Facebook Live is 23 out of 30, so I have 7 more left. And I wanted to speak about the power of healing, how to maximize your healing, and how to create a healing environment. And this comes from experience. It comes from my personal experience. It comes from my reading, my research, and speaking with other people. So first and foremost, you need to have the healing attitude. All right, so let me break some things down for you. Your body, and this is a fact because biology will tell you this, your body is in a constant state of homeostasis. Now, homeostasis is the process that your body that your body does unconsciously. You don't control it. You don't control it. Like many things in this life, you don't control. So your body is constantly coming back to balance. So when something sets your body off balance, like an illness or something else, stress or anything like that, and remember that stress leads to illness. That's why you need to feel things, embrace them, and let it go. Just let it go. It doesn't serve your purpose. So, like, stress causes illness or any type of illness, and anytime the body is on the stress, it's always constantly going back in the process of homeostasis to bring back balance to your body. The earth does the same thing amazingly because we are from the earth and the earth is from us. So I put up a post yesterday that says, it caught my eye. It says that the earth doesn't belong to us. Like, we belong to the earth. So that makes a lot of sense. So if we do the same thing, the earth does the same thing. It's pretty much the same thing. And what happens during the healing process is that sometimes when we don't have the right mindset or the right attitude, we get in the way of this healing process. So by that I mean that we don't silence our minds. We're constantly thinking. We're constantly worrying. We're constantly overthinking. We're constantly not focusing on the right things, and we're not letting our body heal itself. So let's take for an example. Everybody's gotten cut, scratched, and whatever the case may be. So your body is going through the natural state of homeostasis, trying to bring back the body to proper balance. So platelets collect to stop the blood flow from coming out. And if you start picking at the scab, if you don't set the right environment for the wound to heal, that wound is going to take forever to heal, or it might get infected. You might be regressing. And these are the things that you need to create the proper environment so you can heal to the maximum potential. You keep that wound dry. You dress that wound. If that wound is deep enough, you dress it with antibiotics, cream, and you look after it. You care after it, and it's the right mindset. So one of the beginning mindset is forgiveness. Forgive yourself for any mistakes that you have done. Forgive yourself for any future mistakes that you will do, because we're only human. Also, be gentle with yourself. Don't be too hard on yourself. Don't be too hard on yourself. Um, Being hard on yourself causes worry, causes stress, causes anxiety. Don't be. Yes, we must always aim not for perfection, but we must always aim for excellence. So we have to become the best version of ourselves as always. And if you hit the mark, they have that saying that uh, aim for aim for the moon, and if you don't make it to the moon, at least you fall among the stars. So get up there, get up there. But if you happen not to make it up today, if you happen not to make it up tomorrow, if you happen not to make it up in this lifetime, don't be too hard on yourself. Just tell yourself it's all right. You know, failure is only failure when it's final, when you give up. When you quit, that's when failure is. But as long as you don't quit, if you keep falling down, those are lessons. Those are valuable lessons. Those are gems. So throughout my life, I have fallen just like a lot of people, just like little kids fall when they first start to walk. You know, first remember to take things slow, step by step. We got to move in baby steps. So just like little kids, they start moving around, moving their limbs around, getting knowledgeable of their limbs in the world and how their body relates to time and space in the world. And then they start crawling. They get enough strength to start crawling, and then once they start crawling, they build up the courage to stand up. Once they stand up, they start walking little by little. Once they master walking, then they start running. They start running all over the place, and that's where your real job comes in, because now you're running after them, and they're faster than most of us. Like you keep your eyes off them for like a second or two, and before you know it, they jet to the other side of the room. Or if they're too quiet, you always know that something's going on. If they're too quiet, you always got to check up on them, because that's when they have the potential of doing disasters, because their curiosity has settled in and they're being entertained by something. So that's when you really have to check up on them. So just remember that. So setting the right mindset, forgiving yourself, and be gentle with yourself, and this transpires into your daily life, into your daily interactions with other people. I put up a post today that says, how can you take care of others? It was a story by the Buddha. You take care of others by taking care of yourself. If you yourself are strong, you yourself are a pillar for other people. If you yourself are inspiring, you yourself are inspiring for other people. If you yourself heal yourself, know how to heal yourself, you yourself heal other people. And this is it's like a mirror effect. So take care of yourself, become the best version that you can, develop your gifts, and share them. So I'm going to start talking about the environment. So we need to create an environment. We need to create a safe space, as already many of you might know. Nature is my first go-to safe space. I think you need to have more than one, because just in case, a lot of the times nature is not accessible to me. It might either be cold, it might be rainy, but I always have this. I have my living room right here, which is my safe space. I have plants here and things of that nature. As you can see, it's also my workout area. It's also my meditation room. I wake up. I have a family, so I wake up before anybody else, and just so I don't bother anybody or anybody bothers me. And I'm here in my safe space. The safe space could also be your mind, and you could create like a wooded area in your mind. You could create a lake in your mind when you go to that safe space, where you escape this so-called reality, or when you're stressed out. Remember what I said. You go back to your safe space anytime you need to recharge. Anytime you need to gather your thoughts, you go to the beach, you go to the ocean, you look at the waves, listen to the music in nature, and you create this safe space. So, and this safe space is unique to you. So what works for me might not work for you, and what works for you might not work for another person. So with that said, so you need to create the right mental attitude. You need to speak and believe as things already happen, or they're in the process of happening. So let's say if you haven't reached the desired effect, You're already thinking. You're already giving gratitude. Thank you. Thank you for the healing. Thank you for the process of me healing through this. You can get specific. Thank you for my muscle soreness that has gone away, but during the time that I had it, it has taught me to have patience and develop gratitude for the times that I do feel normal. And because you never know how bad you feel until you actually feel bad, then you want to go back to feeling normal. So a lot of people take feeling normal for granted until you feel bad. So let's talk about these things that I have here. Also, part of the healing is healing the body. So it's not only the mind, it's not only the soul, not only the spirit, but healing the body too, for mental clarity, for lightness, and things of that nature. So I'll speak about a few things that I have here. So I have a lacrosse ball. I have a lacrosse ball here, and this is harder than many other balls. And what we're gonna see, what we're gonna use this ball for, we're gonna use this ball for deep tissue massage. It's for body. You know, if you have like a knot on your body and things like that, remember what we spoke about. The self-care is really important. You could get these at a sports store or online, maybe for like $2 to $3. This is I wouldn't even know what you call this. Let me see. It's a power roller, and this is a personal massage tool, and you can use it to massage yourself with. I'll speak about a few things. What we have here, we have a soft bristle brush, which I got from the salon, lady salon. Look for soft bristles, because what you're doing is you're brushing yourself, dry brushing. I spoke about that. This is a cactus bristle brush. And what this does, I use this on my back when I'm dry brushing. You would think cactus bristles are kind of, prickly and stuff like that, but this actually feels good on your body. And it's great to scratch your back. It's great. Please don't use it on your face, because the face is very sensitive. This is coconut oil. So this is the miracle oil, one of the miracle oils, coconut oil. I use that on everything. And believe me when I tell you, I use that on everything. I rub it everywhere. I use it on everything. People use it for cooking. I can't really use it for consumption that much, because it gives me like a bellyache, I guess, because it's coconut. And, but other people, they're fine with it. So if you're fine with it, that's cool. Just be aware that it does have a lot of fat. So just keep your fats, your daily consumption of fats in check. You can also use it during intimacy. And this is a plus, as lubrication, instead of buying those store made or made for stores lubrication lubes, which are like pretty much chemicals and all of that stuff. So you can use it for that. You can use it to massage as well. You can use it, as I mentioned, for intimacy, when you're with that special person, for the private areas and things like that. I would not suggest it. You use it with condoms, because condoms say that you can't use any other type of oil except certain lubrications, because of the possibility that it might break. But yeah, it's amazing. So let me teach you a few things. So I spoke about my morning ritual when I wake up. Usually I drink a bottle of water, so 1 cup of water in the morning, and I wait half an hour. So in between that half an hour, I do some yoga, I do some chants, and I recollect my thoughts for the day. I wait half an hour, and then I start with fruits. Start with your digestive system easy with fruits. Easy things to digest. So you eat the fruits, and then you build up gradually until after the afternoon, or somewhere in the later afternoon. Then you can start eating more heavier. But understand that your body is like a machine. Your body's a machine, so you need to get it warmed up, and you need to build up onto it. So we're gonna do a few dry bristle brushes. This is really, really easy. So I use this, the smaller one, And what we're doing, we're brushing up towards the direction of the heart, soles of the feet, brushing up, and this feels amazing. What this does is it circulates your blood, and it actually makes me feel happy after I'm done with it. So you do the other foot. And just be careful. If you can't stand on one foot, make sure that you hold on to something. Please do. Then we do our hands and our arms. We do our other hand and arms. And we go up towards the heart. Towards the heart. And there's certain places where you go in circles. Up here. They say down at the belly, they say it drains the lymph node systems. I'm not sure what the science is behind that. But hey, if they say it works, it works. I tried it and I know it works. I know it works. And then we use the back bristle right here, further back. Now self-care, self-massages, we're gonna go next. So with this roller thing, this roller thingy right here, you can, so recently I discovered that I had mild arthritis and I couldn't believe it at 40 years old, me with mild arthritis. But, you know, I just know that things happen and, you know, we just have to adjust certain things, adjust lifestyle, diet, and exercise. And it's actually interesting that there's a 16-year-old gymnast with, I want to say severe arthritis, but more than just mild arthritis, and she's a gymnast. Being a gymnast, one of the most intensifying sports and hard sports on the joints and the bones and the muscles. They get injuries all the time because they put their body through a lot of stress, and she's actually a successful gymnast, has done a lot of competition. So with this roller, you can get it at any like sports store or online. This is actually a hand roller. So you just put your hand down on the surface and just roll it. And this feels real good, especially if your hand is tense and things of that nature. You do the other hand. I'm just gonna go through a quick walkthrough. So you just roll whatever feels natural. Now you can roll the arms as well. See? And this feels great. Make sure to get into all the muscles, the tendons sometimes. You can do the biceps. You can go up to the shoulders. Then you can even do the neck. Oh yeah, this feels great. And this is very relaxing. And like I mentioned, you need an outlet in order to heal. So anything that relaxes you, classical music, exercise, drawing, coloring, take that up. If you don't know how to do it, learn how to do it. It's simple. You don't have to be good at it. You just have to let yourself do it. Alright, so a couple of simple things. You could also do hand-to-hand massages. So you pull each finger up, lightly, you twist it. Pull each finger up, lightly, you twist it, and you go like this through the whole hand. And you do the other hand. Alright, you can also massage your hand with your other hand. And I feel like this builds dexterity and it builds strength in the hand that's doing the massaging. So you can actually grab the oil for this, which makes it slide better. And just do, you can get up in between each joint, each finger joint, and kind of move it, budge it a little bit. You know, remember our body is always under constant stress, and the weight of gravity is pushing our bones and pushing our muscles together. So if that's happening, so we just do things that kind of stress them out. So now, using your knuckle, you can also massage the meat right here. of your thumb. And there's a lot of things that happen here a lot of times. And when pain sets in here, it hurts a lot. So you can use your muscle to look for knots. So just put your hand on something, on a firm surface, and use your knuckle. Just use your knuckle to press with some pressure. And you're looking for trigger points. So trigger points, you'll know as a trigger point when you press with pressure and you feel pain. So you hold it there for about a few seconds, from 30 to 45 seconds, and you hold it there. And then you move about and you find more trigger points. You find more trigger points. And now going up your arms, you can do like a slide. You don't need oil for this. With your knuckles, with the bottom of your knuckles from your hand, and you can slide. Just apply your arm on the firm surface and just roll up, and don't worry. I mean, you don't gotta be so hard on it. If it gets red, that's good, because that's blood circulation going up. So if it gets a little red, that's good. That's good. See, you go up, you go up. You go up, you shake the hands, you loosen the joints. Shake the hands and loosen the joints. So now, let's go quickly over here to the lacrosse ball. And what we're gonna use a wall for this. So pardon the mess, there's a slight mess over here. Of course, I have kids, but you can put this ball against the wall, and this is great for any type of back issues that might be bothering you. So now the lacrosse ball is directly behind me, on my shoulder, and with my body, I'm pressing towards the wall, and I'm applying pressure, and I'm looking for trigger points. So trigger points are what hurts. It's not like a bad hurt, it's a good hurt. If it's a bad hurt or if it hurts too much, then stop immediately. So you're looking for trigger points, and when you find the trigger points, just stay there for 30 to 45 seconds, and then you move over to another trigger point. And then when you find different trigger points, you just roll the ball. You massage your back. This opens up your muscles. It releases stress. It's great. It's great. You can do pretty much all your back. You see how the ball is behind me? You could go up and down. You could go left and right. Just don't do your spine. Work around your spine, because the spine has a natural mechanism that when it feels stressed, it tends to tensen up. So don't do the spine, like the middle of the back. And right here you could do the shoulder. See? You roll up and down. This takes some practice. At first, I had it fall a few times, but then I learned how to keep it in motion, and this feels really good. You could do the trigger points here. You could do the trigger points there. And then obviously you do the rest of the body. I believe you could do the chest as well. I mean, for ladies, I'm not sure how well this will work, but you can do the chest. And this feels great. So what this does is it loosens up stress in your body, makes you feel lighter. You can even do sit on it. You can even sit on it. So you can put it on the floor, that's so, and sit on it where most of the meat is. You can the feet position could be as I'm showing you right here. Hi, Bubble. 1 foot bent and 1 foot out, and you're rolling yourself back and forth. And this is great for the gluteus maximus, the gluteus medius, pretty much your butt and butt muscles. You're looking for trigger points, so you sit on it if it hurts, and it's probably in the beginning it's a pain that I can describe that it's probably gonna hurt because you're putting all your weight on it. But let me tell you how when you loosen these muscles up, because a lot of people don't pay attention to these muscles, when you loosen them up, how light you'll feel. How light you feel. So we spoke about the healing process, having the right mentality, having the right mind state. Also part of the healing process is creating the right circle of friends, companions, and acquaintances. If somebody is draining your energy and not giving back, or they're pretty much not a lost cause, but they're taking too much energy from you, they are energy vampires, and you need to cut them from your circle immediately. So if not, they're gonna drain you, and it's not gonna be pretty. Now, because you cut them from your life, doesn't mean that you burn that bridge. You should never burn indefinitely your bridge unless it's somebody that's really, really causing intense pain or intense drainage. But you should. It would be wise never to cut somebody completely away from your life, and burn that bridge, because you never know when you might need that person again at another time. So somebody made a comment earlier about how they cut people from their life that drains them, and they become good at it. Well, let me tell you that taking people away from your circle, make sure that your circle is small. Taking people away from your circle is a skill, because you need to recognize the signs when this person is causing stress, causing you more anxiety, not serving you as a person, not really caring about your well-being, not really caring about your spiritual being, your soul being, overall your emotional being. And it's also an art form. So just like with every skill, the better you get at it, the more of an art form it's going to become, the more graceful you become at it. So this is Facebook Live number 23 out of 30. I spoke about how you have to create the right environment in order for healing to take place, and you have to silence the mind. Stop resisting the healing process. Stop resisting the healing process. You have to silence the mind and quiet down the body and let healing take its place. Also, diet. You should really be mindful and aware of your diet, of the foods that you eat. Make sure that you eat the proper foods, and if you can't eat the proper foods at a time, make sure you supplement them, but not supplementing them from laboratory made supplements. Try to supplement them naturally made, and this is a little difficult, so it's going to take a lot of research for supplement. But the best thing is just to eat organic as much as you can, and eat low in fat, low in calories, low in carbohydrates. When I changed my diet, I immediately felt a relief. I didn't know how stressful food was getting me. Fried food, junk food. I didn't notice that until I actually completely switched my diet. So get proper rest as well. They say at least 8 hours, and I believe so, a proper rest. Make sure you drink enough water, H2O, yummy water. Basically, our bodies are made up of almost 70% of water. So, yeah, make sure you have water first thing in the morning.
Good morning, Daddy.
Good morning, Papo. How are you?
Great.
Yes. Everything is great, right? Yeah. Life is great?
Yes.
All right.
I'm just a little bit tired.
You're just a little bit tired? Don't worry, that happens. Happens all the time. Yeah. Don't worry, you wake up in a little while. You start running around and playing around.
Okay, but now I'm not tired anymore.
No, you're not tired anymore? That's fabulous. Fantastic. So, yeah, get the proper rest. the proper outlets. If you feel you're too aggressive and you have the space, buy yourself a punching bag. Buy yourself something for stress relief, and just burn that energy off. There's nothing wrong with you. Yes, Papa.
I still don't want my shirt.
Yeah, don't worry about it. You're comfortable, right?
Yeah.
So get something to release that energy. There's nothing wrong with you. I mean, some people have more masculine energy than others. Just find an outlet. Visit or join a martial arts community where they teach discipline. There's plenty of martial arts video. If you might not have the time or the money, I understand some of these schools are pretty expensive. They're almost like a rent. So YouTube, I self-taught myself a lot of things just from watching things on YouTube, from researching. So you can use that. So remember, if you have an abundance, an overload of masculine energy as a man, even as a woman, the way to balance it out is that you got to look for more softer energies, for more feminine energy. And don't be afraid, guys, to explore feminine energies. There's nothing wrong with that. You're not going to become less of a man. You're not going to turn into a woman. You're not going to turn into all these names that people say now. You're not. Instead, you're going to be more grounded. You're going to be more sure of yourself. Take an art class. Take a decoration class. And it's funny because somebody was telling me the other day that one of the best nail persons that she knows is a man, and he's a manly man. But the thing is that he's an artist, so his expression goes into designing women's nails, and they're happy with it, and he's happy with it because he has a gift and he's sharing it. So there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with being gentle. If you're too gentle, if you have too much.
Now I'm behind you.
Yes, you're behind me. That's great. You're watching me. I'm doing great, right? So if you feel yourself too gentle or having too much feminine energy, then look for something that's more adrenaline prone, that has more masculine energy. And for women or for men, yes.
My mom is watching you in a live.
Oh, she's watching me in another room. So yeah, find something adventurous to do. Get some adrenaline in you. If you're missing a little bit, if you feel like you're missing a little bit of masculine energy, go and do some rock climbing or some, as always I say, safety first, but go do something adventurous. You're not too you fear water a little bit. You're not too keen on being on water. You don't know how to swim. Go learn how to swim. Go do something new. Go do something adventurous, something that gets your heart pumping and makes you feel alive. So in this way, you bring yourself back to balance. You center yourself. Remember what we talked about. What we always say is a common theme: the yin and the yang. Always coming back to balance. So find how you come back to balance. Not every recipe is gonna work for everybody, but find the recipe that works with you. And like I mentioned, I give you a baseline. I give you a foundation. Start with that baseline. Start with that foundation. Let's start at the beginning, folks. Let's start at the beginning, and let's work our way up in baby steps. Remember, a lot of these people that are up there successful, you see them up there now, but they most probably never mentioned their story of how many times they failed, how many times they fell, how many times they had to get back up, how many times they were at the point of being broken, how many times they were broken, how many times they were at the point of losing their life, and at the point of losing it all, their family and everything. They never speak about that. And that's where the beauty lies. That's where the magic lies. That's where the strength lies. The strength, beauty, and magic don't lay at when you see them at the top already, when they've already are reaping the fruits of their labor. The magic and strength lies in the persistence against all odds, in the facing of your inner demons and of energies around you that cause turbulence. That's where the magic lies. That's where the adventure begins. So remember, we're embarking on the most dangerous, the most hazardous, the most beautifulest, satisfying adventure that you have embarked on. This adventure of life. So take it and move forward. Take it as a gift. It's a gift from us to live it. Live it to our fullest potential. Remember what we spoke about, that God experiences life through us. So it does not matter to me which God you believe in. It does not matter to me how many gods you believe in. It's all the same thing in the end. Because if God is God and everything is God and we are God and everything is God, everything is tied into the same. Every other outlet, every other form, every other entity is just an extension of God, like a limb of the main God, the main creator. And you know, praying works. Praying works, folks. Praying works. Praying during meditation, not those prayers, those cookie cutter prayers that you see in this. They're like, well, just say this prayer 50 times and you're gonna be forgiven. Like praying sincerely and genuinely from the heart.
Dad,
You know, yes.
my Google Play doesn't work in my Samsung Note 3.
Okay, I'll go check it later. So again, this is Facebook Live number 23 out of 30. Orange Naranja. Remember, please like and subscribe my freshly made YouTube channel as I'm trying to spread positivity all across the world. And it's been nice. It's always nice, and
Dad,
it's a
you
pleasure.
have a YouTube?
Yes, I just have a YouTube channel. I'm trying to catch up with you because you already have a YouTube channel, and I was surprised. Now I gotta get one too.
I have 2 YouTube channels.
You have 2 YouTube channels. That's great. Now I need to catch up to you.
So I have 2 YouTube channels.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's
One
excellent.
of them is Liam Sanchez.
Yeah. So this is Facebook Live number 23 out of 30. Thank you for watching. Maximize your healing potential and spread positivity all across the world. Thank you.